All right, guys, this is Team Elite here with our own Alex Perez, also known as Christian. The Goodlettsville Regional was this weekend. We had 2 players get top 8. Had Dustin Wallace get first, and Alex, got 8th, which is fine.
First top 8.
so tell us about your day. How'd everything go?
Pretty solid. This deck was super good. We tested it for like 2 weeks straight. I was gonna take Thunder to this event, but I decided against it, and I'm glad I did. This deck was awesome. There was like 3 Tenpai in the top 8, so evidently it was the correct deck to play overall. Go Burr.
Was there any matchup that felt just unwinnable?
Voiceless. Voiceless is the worst
matchup by Logan Kite, huh?
I got destroyed by Logan Kite. Shout out to Logan Kite, really cool guy, but he mollywopped me game 2 and 3.
Nice. Well, let's get on to the deck profile.
All right. The monsters, the engine's all the same. Every profile you see is exactly the same. 3 Pydra, 3 Chandra, that's the best one. 2 Fadra, you don't need more. 3 Kaiman, and then the best field spell in the game, Magical Midfield Breaker on steroids. And then the Terraforming, so 15 card engine. If you open any of these, except for this one's not the greatest to open, but any of this is full combo, 30,000 damage in the battle phase. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So yeah, every profile you see will be playing the exact same ratios. I opted to play hand traps instead of board breakers, so 3 Ash, 3 Moonlit, 3 Ogre, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, and then I also opted to play Crossout since I was playing all the hand traps. Crossout was okay. I don't know if I would change it going forward because it just adds that extra level of security to make sure that my plays go through. Also, it was really, really good in the mirror. I could cross out, Chandra a couple times. Super good. The most lackluster hand trap, I did play against, I think, 2 Fire King. I played against 1 Fire King, but 2 pure Snake Eyes. And this was probably the worst hand trap. But then again, this hand trap was so good against my Tenpai matchups. So, I'd have to keep it in going forward. Some people are playing Shifter, so they're not playing the Veilers or the Ogres. But overall, I like the hand traps. I liked it a lot. And then, what else was there? Obviously, you have to play Prosperity. I was testing Desires, and it took one game of me banishing all 3 Chandra, and I cut the card immediately the next game. So Prosperity is definitely your consistency card. I played the 2 Lightning Storms and the 1 Duster. Yeah, they were good. I Lightning Stormed a couple Tenpais. That was fun.
You have to respect Runic Stun.
Yeah, actually, well, I guess he'll tell you about it in his profile. Dustin played against Runic Stun round 1, and yeah, it was a good matchup. Not for the Runic Stun guy. This is the greatest going second card in the entire deck. You draw it, you set it, you pass, you activate it, and then you beat any deck that isn't Tenpai. And Voiceless. I hate that deck. But yeah, that's the greatest going second card against Snake Eye. Very strong.
All right, well, how many cards is that in the main? 40?
40 clean cut, 40.
All right, let's move to the extra deck.
I played 2 Bident. The second one came up so often. This is something that I would never change. Might even consider bumping to 3. Gotta play 2 at least. Played the Meteor Burst. This card says you can't ash me on my Kaiman. So that card's awesome. If you can put up this before you go to battle, incredible. Shout out to Doodle TCG, cameraman. He let me borrow his Ghost Black Rose. I was Black Rose people in the battle phase. Black Rose a cash guy a couple times. It did get ripped, and I'll explain why in a second. It got ripped by the cash guy too, so that was fun. The 1 Transcendent, I don't think you need any more, but some people would play more. This card's insane. I have nothing else to say. This card's absolutely bananas.
Use the second you probably misplayed.
Yeah, absolutely. This is interesting. I played not 1 but 2 Trident Dragion. My problem was I was testing against Snake Eye Cash a lot, and they would rip both my level 10s, and you cannot win. So I just opted to play a 3rd level 10 in Trident Dragion. And it also came up in my round 7. I played against Chimera, and I made the Trident. I wasn't able to kill him because all his monsters were huge, and I had Fred of Prosperity, so I wasn't able to kill him. And then the next turn, I ended with just Fadra and Chandra, and he went to battle, skipped his battle so that I couldn't do anything, and made this one on his battle phase, or my battle phase the second time, and killed him that turn. So second absolutely came up. I would probably keep this exactly the same. This is incredible. The cash guy that I played against round 1, he was like, yeah, I was gonna rip your 10s, but I saw you were playing 2 Tridents, so there was no point. So the reason we played more, it was absolutely correct. Striker, never made it. Hita, never made it. Dart, never made it. Seals, made it twice. SP, never made it. Never made it. Never made it. Never made it. But these cards are important because in testing it came up a lot where you get debarriered. You can still kill them through debarrier if you hand trap. If you open enough hand traps and then you just happen to get debarriered. It came up a lot, so something I would probably continue playing. I thought about testing out the other synchros like the Ultimaya, but this just proved to be better for what I was expecting. And it didn't work out. It didn't get debarriered at all. So then moving on to the side deck, 3 DD Crow. This was put in for voiceless, branded, and what else? There was one other deck. I don't remember. But we put these in because of voiceless, branded, and you're thinking like, oh, you could just play the Bystials. We were thinking about that, but there's also a couple of lines in Snake Eye where if they open kind of awkward, they'll only have the 2 level 1s engraved whenever they link off the Flamberge. So if you crow one of them, they don't get the summon back off of Flamberge, and then that also will take the Oak out of the game for the rest of the game. So this card came up a lot. It was extremely good. Also, hitting the Princess when you're trying to go to battle is very, very advantageous. One less thing to worry about. Crow is good. I don't know if I would change that. Played 3 Santa Claus. I didn't see a single Fuko yesterday, but I know some people are playing that card. This is just your out to that. I did see a lot of people were playing the Lyrilless Assembled Nightingale because they don't take damage regardless. Problem with this card is it can be chained to, so if you're playing Imperm or Chalice, then it's not as good. But this was my out to Fuko and other Saki monsters that I just couldn't get rid of, which luckily didn't happen. I played the Steel Spells. These, I sided them in a couple times, but they never did anything because the one game that I actually opened Mind Control, Gage McNeely, shout out to him, round 5, clapped me with Fire King Snake Eye. He had Anti-Spell, so it didn't matter. I opened it and it did nothing.
The theory behind that is just you go Mind Control, change a heart, take the Apo and turn it into Zealantis, and you watch your opponent just cry as their whole board's gone.
Yeah, it was super good. Also, you could just keep the Apo if you don't have the protection from your field spell yet. And once again, you watch them cry because their IP gets negated, their Pit Knight gets negated. Those cards, super good in theory. Just yesterday, it just didn't work out. 3 Heatwave. I expected a lot more people to make me go first. That did not happen, at all, unless I was playing against the mirror. They always made me go first. I still won. But any other deck, everybody else went first. So this card would probably come out of my side deck. In theory, it's great. You're playing going second deck, hard going second deck, so they're going to make you go first. That simply did not happen. So, I drew it round 8 against Logan Kite, and then he just opted to go first. And I was like, okay, well, I have dead cards in my hand. So I would probably cut it, but in theory, it's absolutely busted. So, yeah.
Going second into voiceless is just so hard that they just might as well just go first.
Absolutely. And then the last card, Debarrier. Multiple reasons to play this. Play this for voiceless, assuming that they made me go first. Play this, against branded. Also, I use it as a cross-out target. I would always side 1 in going second or any games 2 and 3. Just have 1 in just in case I get debarriered. So yeah, cross-out. If I had to pick an MVP, it would probably be the cross-out in the main deck. But yeah, also this, I decided the 1 in game 3, round 8 against Logan, and I drew it, and I cried because my hand was 4 engine cards and the cross-out target of debarrier against a full voiceless board. So that was fun. Overall, day was awesome. Tenpai is crazy. If you can make it to battle phase, you are probably winning every game. So yeah.
Well, thank you for the deck profile. We'll get Dustin on here soon if we can ever get him in the shop, and we'll get his out to y'all soon.
Yeah. Shout out to Doodle. Shout out to Doodle. Shout out to Dustin. Play testing every day. Shout out to Elite Games. It's the best card store. So
and don't forget Cam Johnson, the bubble man himself.
Cam Johnson Bonson. He'll get his invite. Maybe you'll get him here next week.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that random stuff, and we'll see y'all later.